Hi everyone, Anya here. In this class, we're going to be working on Yobility flow, preparing you for arm balancing pose called Galavasana flying pigeon. Galavasana is the pose that requires deeply open hips, strong wrists, and a lot of core engagement. And this is what we're going to be working on in today's class. We don't need any props, just yourself and your yoga mat. So whenever you're ready, let's start. We're going to open the feet a bit wider. We're going to start from seated. Hands are either on the knees, on the floor, wherever feels comfortable for you. And let's start closing and opening the knees, trying to stimulate some lubrication in the joints before we start getting deeper into the sequence. You don't need to do fast. You can do as slow as you can. You just want to make sure that you opening your knees, feeling that stretch in the psoas, in the hip flexors, and you're obviously sitting on your sit bones. Just 2 more times. And then from here, open your feet a little bit wider and bring your knees to the right. So you're coming to kind of like a 90-degree angle and make sure that that back knee is not too close to the front foot. So you have nice deep opening in here, in around the hips. Hands on the fingertips, and let's lean the chest forward. As you're leaning your torso forward, you can bring the hands forward on the fingertips, makes it a little bit easier. But you want to make sure that you're not leaning your torso to the right. So you don't want to lean to the hip, you want to lean towards the shin. Let's bring the back hip a little more forward, trying to square your hips. Good. And then from here, we're going to come up and we're going to reverse all the way to center. Okay. From here, we're going to go to the side, to the other side, do exactly the same thing. Hands are working forward, lean your chest forward. And again, you want to lean a little bit more towards the foot and towards the shin, then towards the knee and the hip. Inhale, come up to center. And again, let's drop the knees to the right. This time, walk your hands forward on the fingertips. Lean your chest forward and then start tucking your tailbone under, bring your chin in, round your back, find the spinal roll. And let's do one more time. And spinal roll, come up all the way up, come back to center, and again to the other side, the same thing, hands on the fingertips, forward, and spinal roll, and forward, and spinal roll. Let's come back to center one more time, to the right. This time we're gonna bring the back foot forward. You can slide the foot that is sideways. In my case, it's the right foot closer towards your opposite hip. We're gonna round the back. We're gonna shift the hands forward and we're gonna come up all the way with the hands down to the floor next to the left foot or inside the left foot. I'm gonna go sideways so you can see me better. That back knee stayed the way it was. So there's no adjustment there. We're gonna bring the right hand facing sideways. We're gonna find the left hand on top of it. We wanna make sure that the left hand is as close towards the wrist. It's almost hugging the wrist. We're gonna press with the left hand against the right one. We're gonna bend the right elbow and start shaking that elbow. We're doing pretty much the same thing that we did with the legs. Again, trying to lubricate the joints a bit. And then from here, straighten the arm. Flip the right palm facing up, but the fingers facing to the side, and just make fists with this right hand. You may even see how tight your wrist is. If you can't close the fist fully, that's totally fine. Try to focus on pressing more weight into the wrist and straighten the arm. Open the fingers. And again, make fist. And open the fingers. One more time, make fist. And this time, spin that fist facing towards the back knee, bringing more weight towards the wrist, straightening the arm. Obviously, if it doesn't straighten, that's totally fine. Spin the hand facing sideways. Place it flat, shake it off. And we're gonna straight from here, come back into that center position that we started the practice with. So we're gonna sit down, slide the left leg back, going to 90-90, come back to center. Let's move to the other side. As we're moving to the other side, we're stepping the back foot forward again. We're gonna round the back, bring that side foot a little bit closer to opposite hip, shift forward. And again, we're gonna find a little bit of wrist stretching movements here. So left can go sideways, right can goes on top, Bend the left elbow. Just a few shakes in here. Good. And then straighten the arm. Flip the left palm facing sideways and try to make a fist with that hand. Open the fingers and close. And again, open and close. And this time spin the fist so it faces towards the back knee. Try to straighten the arm. And then spin sideways. Open the finger. Place the hand. Shake it off. Okay. Slowly from here, we're going to come back again into that center position. And again, we're going to go to the side. Again, we're going to step the foot forward. Hands down to the floor. Come up to the lower lunge. This time, the back foot is going to spin behind the knee. You can even adjust the knee further back if you need to. Now, the left foot is going to go a little bit more to the side, and you're going to start spinning the foot to the outside edge. So this is called inversion. Now, we're going to try to shake the knee up and down, but we're going to do so from foot and from the hip. So don't try to pull with the knee. Go from the hip and pressure off the edge of the foot. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3. Hold it there. 1, 2, 3. Let's bring the foot fully flat. Walk your hands on the fingertips forward and start tippy-toeing your foot to the center of the mat, or maybe even if you feel comfortable, a little bit more towards the right. Let's take an inhale in here and then slowly open the knee to the side. Circle it forward, place it flat, shift the hips back, open, circle it forward, and this time bring the knee to the right. So you're going to the inside of the arch of the foot and place the foot flat. Go to the side, adjust your hands, bring the back foot sideways, and we're going to come back into that seated position with the 90-degree angle. We're going to come back to center, and we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So we're going to spin to the left, right foot steps forward, come up into that nice lower lunge, adjust the back foot, tippy-toe your front foot 8, but more to the side, to the edge of the mat, press to the edge of the foot, and we're going to do 3 shakes. 1, 2, 3. Hold it here for 3, 2, 1. Bring the foot flat, walk your hands on the fingertips 8 more forward, and start tippy-toeing your right foot, whatever feels comfortable, either center of the mat or a little bit closer to the left foot. And then from here, we're going to go into a little bit of circle. So knee opens, forward, back. One more time, open, forward. This time I'm going to go to the inside, press to the inner arch. And then back neutral. Tippy-toe the foot to the side. Bring your hands flat. And then keep the back foot the way it is. We're just going to slide the right foot back, coming to table. Let's take a nice big inhale in table in here. On the exhale, round your back. And as you're rounding your back, tuck your toes under. Bring more weight into your toes. Lift your knees off the floor. So this is called active table. From active table, we're going to shift the hips back, going to active child's pose. So the knees are still off the floor. And then lower your knees down, going to child's pose. Keep the toes tucked under if you can. From here, shift forward to table. Let's do one more time. From table to active table. From active table to active child's pose. Lower your knees down. Table position. Let's take an inhale here in table position. If you need to adjust your feet, so you feel like you need to stimulate some circulation in your toes, press the toes down flat, but just do so in the table, not in the active table. Let's take an inhale in here. Tuck the toes under, active table. This time in here, kick the right knee back, and then bring your right knee to the tricep. Now, as you're bringing your right knee to the tricep, you're going to try to bring the right foot and tap it to your opposite wrist. Bring it back, active table, active child's pose, table. Let's take an inhale in table, exhale, active table, kick the left knee back, exhale, knee to the tricep, foot taps either to the inside, back, or outside of the wrist. Bring it back, active table, active child's pose, table. Lengthen your chest forward. Let's take a big inhale in here. We're gonna repeat pretty much the same sequence. So table, active table, make sure you're rounding your back in here. Kick the right knee back. From here, right knee to the tricep. Tap the foot, maybe hook. Stay here for 1, 2, 3. Right knee comes back, active table. Active child's pose, table. Inhale in table, maybe lengthen your chest a bit. Exhale, round your back, active table, other side. Left knee kicks back, knee to the tricep. I bet you start heating up here. Left foot towards the right wrist. Hold 1, 2, 3. Come back, active table. Active child's pose, table. Inhale, let's take a big inhale, lengthen your chest forward. Let's flip the palms facing up, fingers facing forward. Press the thumbs up. And then slowly lower your forearms and try to warm up the wrist even more. So you're gonna bring the fist again together. Make sure the thumbs are facing up. And then this time try to roll the fist pointing up so you're lifting the wrist off the floor. Good, and then spread the fingers. And one more time, make fist. Press more to the forearms and elbows. Spread the fingers. Flip the palms. And come back to table. Okay, let's continue with the sequence. Inhale, exhale, active table. Kick the right knee back. Right knee to the tricep. Hook the foot outside of the wrist. Stay here for 1, 2, 3. This time lower the left knee down to the floor, so regular table. Bring the left ankle towards the right thigh and start shifting towards the child's pose. So child's pose with that weird, like pigeon variation here. Come back forward. Release the back foot, table position. Once again, inhale in here. Exhale, active table. Left knee kicks back. Knee to the tricep. Left foot hooks outside of the wrist. Very good. Lower your right knee down to the floor. Bring the left foot against the left thigh. Shift back to child's pose with the pigeon variation of the legs. Come back to table. Release the foot down. Lengthen in table. Active table. Right leg back. Right knee to the tricep. Hook. Ankle towards the thigh. This time shift the hips back. Try to come up into like a preparation for standing pigeon. Make sure the back leg is not straight, is bent, and you're pushing your hips back. Come back forward. Release the right foot, active table. Active child's pose, table. Let's take an inhale in table. You can always do it in the slow motion. You can do it a little bit faster, whatever feels comfortable for you. This is just kind of like a format that you can use to prep for Galavasana. So again, table, active table, left knee kicks back, knee to the tricep, hook, ankle towards the thigh, push the hips back. Try to not go into down facing dog. Try to keep the knee bent, push the hips back. Slowly from here, come back to active table, active child's pose, and table. Every time you feel that your wrists are getting tired, you can always shake up the fingers, the hands, or make fists with your hands to kind of warm it up. Give a little bit of lubrication of fluidity to your hands, to your wrists. Take a big inhale in here. So we're going to try to get deeper into the pose this time. Again, table, active table, kick the right knee back, tricep, hook against the wrist, ankle towards the thigh, push it back. This time, walk your hands back. See if you can go into like a nice deep standing pigeon. Not flying yet. Push the hips back, lean the chest forward. Whenever you're ready, hands forward, active table, active child's pose, to table. Okay, let's try the other side. Nice big inhale table, active table, left knee back, knee to the tricep, hook, kick towards the thigh, try to push back to standing, walk your hands back, find the balance in standing. Make sure the weight is actually in the standing heel so you can free your toes, and the weight is moving towards the glutes. So as deeply you're gonna bend standing knee and push the hips back, as deep that pigeon is gonna be, as easy it's gonna be for you to hook that opposite foot to opposite tricep. Let's walk the hands forward or bring your hands forward to active table, to active child's pose, to child's pose, to table. Let's take an inhale in here. Exhale, round your back. Again, bring your hands, this time palms facing up, fingers facing towards each other. Start walking your fingers towards each other so you can interlace the fingers. So this is pretty much what it looks like. Mm-hmm. And you're gonna press against the wrist, with the wrist against the mat. Bend the elbows, push the elbows down towards the floor, spread the collarbones, puff the shoulder blades. And then slowly come up, straighten the arms, adjust your hands, and let's try to prepare for the full sequence for flying pigeon. So table inhale, exhale, active table, kick the right knee back, knee to the tricep, hook, press against the thigh, push it back, hop your foot forward, or walk your hands back. So there's two different ways of getting that. Just make sure that your hands are close enough so you can bring that hook closer towards the tricep. Maybe try 2 more times. Bend the elbows, hook, lean forward, shift it back. This is where we did this active table in an active child's pose. Now you know why. Forward, lean forward, hook, and then maybe try to lift the foot up. Maybe from here, release the foot down, finding a bit of squatting to that active child's pose variation. From here, walk your hands forward. Active table, active child's pose, table. Inhale in table. Let's move right away to the other side. Active table. Kick the left knee back. Knee to the tricep. Hook. Push back. Standing. Either walk your hands back or hop your foot forward. 3 times, try to lean towards the arms, hooking that big toe, or actually not just big toe, toes around the tricep. Lean back. Forward. Lean back. Find the momentum. Forward. Keep leaning forward. Lift the back foot. And then maybe release it down. Either shift back to standing pigeon or find your way to the active child's pose. Walk your hands more forward if you can. From here, active table, child's pose. Actually, active child's pose to child's pose, obviously. And table. Let's shake it off. Flip the palms, flip the forearms, wiggle the fingers, shake it off. Let's go into like a full explosion or expression, actually, not explosion of the sequence. Last one, inhale table, active table. From active table, right knee back, right knee to the tricep, hook, knee, or actually thigh and ankle towards each other. I'm getting hot, so I'm messing up. Bring your hips back. Take an inhale in here. Either hands walking back or foot hops forward. Find the momentum. Lean forward. Shift forward. And either kick the heel towards the glute, just like we did in the table, in active table, or try to straighten the leg. Nice, big inhale here. Reverse. Bring the foot down. Active table. Active child's pose. Child's pose. Table. Okay, let's do other side. Inhale, table. Active table. Kick the knee back. Knee to the tricep. Hook. Ankle towards the thigh. Shift it back. Whenever you're ready, either hop the foot forward or hands back, whatever feels more comfortable and safer for you. And again, lean forward, hook. Bring your chest forward, either lift the back foot, stay in here, or try to extend the leg up. See how long you can stay in here. And then reverse. Bring your foot back. Active table. Active child's pose. Two child's pose. Nice, big inhale here in child's pose. Release your toes down. Take a nice, well-deserved break. Just make sure that if you're going in here, you always want to remember about the rest. So one more time, flip your palms up, wiggle the fingers, maybe circle the wrist in one direction, circle the wrist in opposite direction, shake it off. And then relax your forehead down.